cartoons. Nothing like, you know, bad. Or, you know. Was told, I think my mom saw a little bit of Ren and Stimpy and like, I don't really want you watching. I don't want you watching that, but I didn't really listen to that one. Exit the room, walk right through an intersection. Okay, turn around, go the other way. I think the stuff that we're heading towards doesn't really do us a whole lot of good, but I don't know. Let's see what's up. Especially since it's cursed. We don't need cursed items. Walk through an intersection. Follow the path to the room below where you'll find a treasure chest that contains an invisibility herb. Or invisibility herb in the NES version, but a tiny metal or small metal in our versions. Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's still going, Gary. Oh shit, we've already been in here. Yeah, okay. Then travel down and to the left. Okay, wait. Then exit the room, return to the intersection, go down and left this time. Yeah, not sure. Maybe if you refresh on your end, Gary, it might help. I'm not sure. I think it's showing that I'm still live on Twitch. Let's see. Give me 1 second, sorry. Well, it's running now, so you might be able to just go there and refresh, but yeah, I'm looking at it now, it's live. Yeah. It could have dropped, yeah. Maybe that's what happened. Now I'm hearing myself talk. Let me mute that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what, I'm not really sure what happened. It never showed a drop, but yeah. You know, another window, I had a stream up lurking in the background, and that one, you know, that went down. So yeah, maybe I had a network issue for a bit. Yeah, sorry. Looks like things are working now. Yeah. No, it's okay, Gary. I think something did happen, you know, but I think it was just like a quick blip. So yeah, I'm just now getting a notice that the stream is live. So well, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, it looks like it did drop for a second, but it should be good now. All right. Travel down and to the left. We've done this part, I believe. And then down once again as the pathway winds around. Hey, Francisco, welcome back. Hey, I had a really good time playing on Friday, doing Cool Spot and NBA Jam, although the Dallas Mavericks, man, they screwed me up. It's freaking Dallas Mavericks.
Hey, make 7 of yours, man.
Do.
I'm tired.
Do. All right. Goopies can be a problem when you're not over-leveled like we are. It does, Spoutbug, yeah. They can look kind of cool in some of the like 3D iterations of them. It looks, it's pretty sweet, honestly. How, you know, there are changes made, and there's lots of variations of enemies too, often with different names and stuff. But it's pretty crazy how consistent some of the monster designs are, going from 2D into 3D and stuff. And of course, you had, you know, Toriyama behind the design. Yeah, all right, that stuff looks like it's... Yeah. That's it. All right, well, okay, so this place was pretty much fully explored. That's okay. You don't know until you know. At least now we can mark it off the list. All right, West Cave. I know I'm done with it now. We're good. All right. Let's see. Next up, they have us going to the town of Domdora on here, which again we've already explored. I wonder what they have us doing. Let's take a look at our guide. I've been to all these places. I've just missed an item or two here or there. Making your way down to Hawksness, Domdora, from Tentagel or Ludatorm. It's pretty... I like what they've done with this guide, in that, well, first off, it doesn't have the new version at all. The new version of Dragon Quest III, which I'm happy because I'm not playing that version, and man, it is a pain in my ass whenever I'm looking to play an older version of a game, and all I can find, every piece of info I'm finding about it tends to be about the newer versions of it. Oh yeah, we're playing an old remake. But yeah, it has information here with the original NES names from Dragon Warrior 3. And then in green, it's got Game Boy Color or SNES specific changes to it, or, you know. So you kind of got 3 games in one here in this guide. 3 versions in one. Okay, mountain chain south of Ludatorm no longer blocks you from accessing the land on the other side. You can cross the hills and slip below the West Cave and continue on your way. Stop spell and fire magic the vile shadows. We're good. We can beat them just by punching them. Sounds good, Gary. Yeah, and enjoy your Sonic. You're always welcome to do a little co-gaming while I play. Yeah, there's a few folks who like to do that. I like to know what y'all are playing too. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I don't know that I think I've found myself here for a Final Fantasy in the last few years. Palpuck, but maybe when I was a few years back when I was doing FF7, an aborted attempt. We're working on it again now, but just picked up on that again last night for the first time in a while. This is a little small for you guys, sorry. Let me see what I can do. Yeah, it's about as good as it gets. Okay. Equipment shop in the middle of town does sell a useful shield, the Shield of Strength. It looks so funny in the NES versions too, I love it. Oops, what is happening? Nick, what's going on? Do 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 do. Otherwise, the Sage's staff is cheaper for the same effect and is buyable in coal. Okay, well, yeah. Guess we're good there. I think I might even have this Sage's staff. It's more than just well. More activity can be found through a gap in the south wall. A man indicates that something called the Sphere of Light, which we have, can be found in your original world. West of it live an old man. Check his bookshelf and a pot for a joke book, which I think we have. A woman standing by the well to the east of town says she saw something glittering in the in town says that she say something glittering in the pasture. Go down the well and search southwest the small pond. Man, I think we did. I think we might have done this. But we could just warp there, I suppose. I've been so good about not using a guide for most of this stuff. Dustin, thanks, man. Thank you for the subs. Yeah. Dakota indeed, Nick. Oh, was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Rotes, thank you. I can't read my screen from here, apparently. Thanks, Rotes. Dakota. I think Dakota is my favorite. Okay, that's super tiny there. You guys aren't even seeing this anyway. I think Dakota's my favorite of the Mr. Saturnisms. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. I forgot that that's a thing. And that's today, huh? Well, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Monday, October 13th, 2025. Held on the second Monday in October. Thanksgiving, in parentheses, Canada. Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving Day, is an annual Canadian holiday held on the second Monday in October. Outside the country, it may be referred to as Canadian Thanksgiving. Yeah, right. You got to get together for that meal a little earlier in the year. Well, yeah, hope you're having a good one. I guess, yeah, big holiday. Everybody's got the day off. Well, not everybody, but maybe a lot of people have the day off. And And the Blue Jays are on right now, huh? Yep. I knew that they were in the playoffs still. A League Championship Series. Mariners at Toronto, I guess. Nice. Guess I could show you guys that. 3-3. Just about to be the top of the fifth. Oh yeah. You know, oh, that's too bad. I grew up, my dad watched the Braves and stuff, and he's had some heartbreak over the years. But when I was back in like 96, when they won the World Series, I was like going through my head for different trophy names and stuff. Yeah, which is with the World Series. You know, that was like good. I don't know. I feel like that was the last time Atlanta might have been truly happy. Since then, they've been a bit cursed. Yeah, eating seeds is a pastime activity. When you're, especially when you're playing baseball. Eating seeds is a pastime. All right, we're gonna go south now, or actually, we're just gonna warp to Domdora, or it's got a different name, I think. No, that's the name in this version. All right, I don't think that there's much else for us to do here, but I've done all this on Ben's way the whole time, and that's gotten me a good portion, or it's gotten me almost to the end of the game, but Ben's way is failing me. The Parvinator way has failed to get us over the finish line here, so I like to think that this is the equivalent to like asking your buddy at school who's already played the game, you know, like, oh, dude, I don't know where the fuck to go, man. Rather than chew. It seems like, yeah, you know, it seems like chew is still pretty popular, but I do see way more folks with seeds, it seems. And I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I grew up watching a lot more and we'll still catch it sometimes. All right, they told us that there's a small medal down here. That is acquired. I think we've done about everything else. Is it banned, huh? I wonder, yeah. I not too long ago, I remember still seeing some nasty stuff that was getting spit, and it made me think that or getting spat. And it made me think that it had, that they must have had dip, but yeah, maybe not. Interesting, yeah. I'm curious too, like the discussions on that. I wonder what angle they went with, you know, because I could think of a couple things. Number one, it's the like, I mean, we're sort of talking about everyone just spitting all the time, and yeah, just dip just being shown all the time. Maybe they don't really want that, but then of course there's the like performance enhancing aspect. I could see someone arguing that there's, you know, an angle for it being a PED, basically being a mild stimulant. I don't know. So, yes, Big League Chew. Get them hooked on it early. I remember that one being a hit. You know, some kid would come with a big ass pouch, and we're all in the dugout splitting that Big League Chew. You probably still have some dirt on your hands and shit from the last slide you did. Yeah, give me some of that Big League Chew. Just get a big old wad. I want to look like they do on the in the pros. I want to look. I don't know if Chipper Jones did it, but that would have been some of our. That was like the big, or you know, one of Atlanta's big players when I was a kid. I've never had dip before. I've tried, out of curiosity, I've tried those little I forget what they're called, but the little like pouch things, snooze, or I don't know. That sounds right. I've tried a couple of those because I had I've had a friend or two who, you know, will use them sometimes. Offered. I was like, what is it? Like, oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, it's like a little minty kind of pouch that you, you know. So I don't know. So I forget what they're called, but it's like a relatively newish, it's gotten more popular here in the States, but I think it's from like Norway or something originally. I don't know, but they sell them in these little pillowy, like small little minty kind of pouches, and it's you just take one out of a pack and you just like, you know, put it in under your tongue or in your gums or whatever, and yeah, basically just have it in there, and it not like, you know, you're not really dealing with there's no spit, there's no you know, after a certain time you spit it out or whatever. Yeah, I forget what it's called, but yeah, you're not really getting any like, well, you know, chew or tobacco in your mouth because it's all in that one little kind of lozenge thing or whatever the fuck it is. But I'm sure it's still, you know, I'm sure it'll give you cancer just like everything else. But I have a couple friends who have quit smoking and still occasionally will have something like that, you know, because I think for them, with how much they used to smoke and stuff, they don't have these on them all the time, but to like every now and then go and get that and have that as a treat. Honestly, as much as those, you know, that's better than the over a pack a day. One of my buddies was working towards, so. Nice. He's going down, Gary. Knuckles is going down. Hey, Rhizone, what's up, man? Welcome. How you doing, buddy? Welcome. All right, I decided to open up a guide recently because we've been most everywhere you can go in the Dark World, but we've missed a thing or two, so, you know. Absolutely. We're being real petty today.
Yeah, running down a dream.
You know? I haven't hit the petty sound effects enough.
Working on a mystery.
I gotta pay off the... You know, stuff. Bum, 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 bum. I think that was about all that there was to do in this town here. So we got the bunny ears. Talk with Lena. She'll ask how the dancer group... Yeah, we went to this town. We actually... This was something new for us that we discovered last Monday. All right, so we'll move on now to Garenham. Question mark? Return to Tantagel, board your ship, and go north while fighting the oceans. Okay. We might have been here, but I really just got to follow all these leads down.
Oh, this is Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega Genesis.
Wow, Sonic's fast, too.
All right. I'll just make sure there was nothing else in town for us here. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Oh, thank you, Rhizone. Oh, yeah, I might be having some more stream issues. It looks like I've dropped some more frames. All right, here we go. Let me close everything else I got running in the background. Good to hear it, Rhizone. Yeah. Yeah, guys, stream dropped once again. If it's getting crappy for you, the connection is, you might refresh. It might help. Okay. The place in the center has... I mentioned that there's a shop in the center of town that sells a shield. Good shield. I'm like, which merchant is that? Oh, is it this guy right here? Yeah. Okay. Well, duh. That makes sense. All right. Weapons and armor shop. Heal shield. Yes. We don't have a heal shield, I don't believe. I'm going to grab a heal shield. When used in battle, this shield heals the user. Well, how so? Like every turn? In NES, this is a great purchase if you have the money. Otherwise, the Sage's Staff, this is for our version, is cheaper for the same effect and is buyable in coal. Not everybody can have a Sage Staff, though, I don't think. So, whatever, we'll buy this. Just for the heck of it. Put it in the bag for now. All right, let's see. Next up, what should I do? So we found the Sphere of Light, the light orb. I was surprised. I was seeing that in our inventory, I think. Light orb? Yeah. Light orb in this version is what it's known as. Okay, well that's... We're working towards beating this game. We've got a few of the key items we need to put together a winning team. It's coming together. I think our next move is... Let me show you guys here. So we got this. We got the Oricon. This is known in the NES version. An important item that you'll need to hang on to for later. Did we check the right horse stable for a tiny medal? Let me do that real quick. Do, do, do. Where's the stable? Oh, I always forget about this section over here. Devotes himself to Gaia and follows her. Someday he'll become a great bard. The flute is buried 10 paces south of Cole's bathroom. I never saw this hint before. Yeah, I love it, Valpuck. Yeah, just seeing the laser. That'd be that'd be a nice little practical effect too to have on. Just get like a red cat laser PNG, and then I can just move it all around and stuff. Rotes, I've had a couple drops, so I had to close everything I've got running in the background. Sorry about that. Stream's been dropping, so. Talk with Lena. She'll ask how the dancer group in Ashalam is doing. Okay, we've done that. But this note here. All right, don't give me a hard time about lurking. I don't want to hear it. All right. I'm going to add this. The flute is buried 10 paces south of Cole's bathroom. The Cole's bathroom, huh? Is that right? Those streamers, man, they're out for themselves. Selfish kind. What are you playing over there today? Doing some magic, I think is what I saw earlier. Nice, man. Hope it's going well for you. Flute is buried 10 paces south of Cole's bathroom. I don't want to go to a Cole's bathroom and start marking off paces. I don't know, that floor is not going to be clean. Yeah, dude, that's cool. I was surprised that you mentioned you were streaming. Glad to see you're able to get something in before the surgery. Sounds good, Rhizome. We might take a break soon. This is good. All right, well, we're making progress. That note about I had never found that note about the flute, too. That's big. I've been looking for that thing. Okay, in fact, before I even look this up, let me just warp over there and see what's up. Let's return to Cole. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, good luck. So, when you say work, do you mean the, are you talking your streaming or your other job? Do, 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 do. It's gonna be a tough 3 weeks, man. Hope it can go by quickly for you and get you back on your feet. The game got reset, Gary. I've had a couple streams where I'm playing a game, Gary, and I'll start using the sound effects from that game, and it's a very confusing. I like it. Welcome to the village of Cole. Okay, we're looking for the Cole bathroom, we were told. What is that on the ground there? Oh, nothing, I guess. So she is the wife of the swordsman. I wonder if this is how we're going to get our hero sword. So before I even look further, we got that hint about 10 paces south of Cole's bathroom. Oh no, I don't, Palpuck. Oh, that'd be a good one. So instant anxiety. I'm actually gonna add that to the list. Well, yeah, well, you don't have to worry today, Gary. I don't have that one yet, but I might add it to the list for another time. Yeah. I'll get this big grin sometimes when I'm streaming, and then I'll not realize like how much tension I'm holding in my jaw. It's really weird. I'm just trying to smile, have a good time. What the heck? Sonic drowning theme. Time's up theme. All right. The game over, or the game over, or the post drowning music that plays, the same theme, is always that's a really cool one. I remember as a kid really liking that. It's so disheartening. All right. So I got that hint, and I'm trying to just kind of freewheel it, but you guys don't use the well as your bathroom, do you? It's worth a shot. Okay. An item shop way up here. Okay. Slime earrings. We'll just toss them in the bag. Time over. Yeah. It says time over on the screen. Or I got one to glitch out big time. I have that clip somewhere. I think it's the most recent clip, maybe. It's supposed to say time over, but it got really scrambled. Well, here's the bath. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it wasn't exactly 10 paces, but what's a pace? Wow, that's where the fairy flute is. Now, I didn't read further in this, but when I took a peek at the guide earlier, I had seen something that said that this was... It was like, click here to learn more, or, you had to expand to get to where the spoiler part was. But it had mentioned that the fairy flute could be easily found. I think it was the fairy's flute. That could be easily found if you were familiar with Dragon Quest 1. I guess it's in a similar place or something. I think I had read that note. There was some item that it said you have a leg up on this one if you've played a previous Dragon Quest. Sorry, what is Rhizome? Pace. Pace Picante, yeah. New York City. Pace Picante. I also just like Picante, It sounds so like Midwest, Pretty sure that commercial had it with Picante, All right. I can't believe we found the fairies flute. Awesome. I think that opens up a whole other dungeon for us. Because there was everybody's been talking about this fairy flute. I have a bunch of notes about this. The Armor of Light is in the tower where Rubus is held prisoner. I think someone said you need the fairy flute to get in there. Rumor has the fairy's flute is in the village of Cole. I knew that, but I couldn't find it. A lot of stuff about the fairy flute. I think that's that tower that we need to go to. Maybe Tower of Rubus. I know I have that marked down. I think that's where we need to go with this fairy flute. Its silver harp is another thing I'm looking for as well. Oh, northeast corner of the map. There's a tower of some kind. Yep. Old man said, if you have the fairy flute, get to the 5th floor and play it. In that tower, I found some stairs. Bottom floor, left down. Nothing else on that floor, seemingly. Okay. Proceed to the 5th floor and play it. Man, we could just go there now, I guess. And forget this guide. We could just come back and fill in the gap. Maybe I'll do that. Go get us saved up real quick, and then we'll head into this dungeon. I like to think they ran into each other at some point, Palpuck and somebody accused somebody of cheating in a game. You know, there was a game of dice or cards or something going on, and some pretty obvious cheating. It essentially just turns into the plot of Me and My Uncle, the song Me and My Uncle. Oh, this is a cheesy down here. No cheesy today, please. Okay. We haven't even... I don't even think the guide has us at Cole just yet. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where is this town? Garenham. Do we have... I don't think I have access to this place. No. Does it go by something else in another game? Tantagel nearest neighboring town, Garenham. Return to Tantagel, board your ship, go north while fighting the oceans. Okay. Oh, that's... Oh, I've been there. That's... Okay, sorry. That's where the parents are. Yeah, okay. Inside, 2 parents are seated at a table. It seems that their son, Garen, has left home, and the father claims that he took the silver harp with him. Okay. However, much like the town of Garenham in the future, the back wall of this building is cloaked in darkness. And much like in the future, you can push against that black wall. Okay, so this is another one that if you played the game, if you played Dragon Quest 1, you would have a bit of a leg up on that. I knew that it was supposed to be in this place, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Okay, let's get back to our ship. Let me get us over to Redeploy. Yes, thank you, Restream Bot. So helpful. Oh, I see you were you were just trying to reply to Palpuck. That's one thing I hate about the current system. Yeah, no worries, yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to reply, it makes it hard to directly reply using Twitch. What I'm gonna do is go get up to that section where that house is. It's up in the sort of northwest corner of the map. There you go. Get those crits in. I've done so much just wandering around the map that it kind of like in Earthbound, I've gotten our guys a little over leveled. I haven't thought about the Pace Cowboys enough lately, man. Hope they're doing okay. Hit him with a quick bash, quick smash. So thinking of games I want to play in the not too distant future, and Oracle of Seasons is on my mind lately. This is it, I think. I think this is where they live. Yeah. This is it. My son Garen causes me a lot of heartache. Ever since the day he left on his journey, I haven't seen him once. I have been here. Something else told us that these guys had the silver harp, but I could not find it. And Dad tells a little fib here. If you're wondering about the silver harp, all caps, Garen took it with him when before he left. Now, turns out that's not true. I'm only now learning. I guess we've already opened up the back wall. I think maybe originally you don't see the outside area of this or something. How does it work? Where do you come from when you first walk in? Yeah, so you walk in, and then I guess this door is not pushed open. But I'm surprised because it says we've already been back here, I guess. Oh, in the remakes. Oh, man, let me show you guys. Sorry, I didn't read ahead. Okay, we've got a version issue here. I was working off the NES version. Yeah, you would think so, Pal Puck. Yeah, that's... Imagine tuning that fucker, too. Jeez. So it says here, the silver harp has been stored away in a treasure chest. But in the remakes, the shiny harp / silver harp isn't in the chest, but on the ground right of the chest. Man, I went down here and I thought I searched around a lot. I will say I'm happy that a couple of things I missed in all, because I explored all over this world a couple times. I'm glad that the couple things that I've missed were like pretty well hidden, you know. Something told me it was here. I think we got a hint that it was here from somewhere else, but I just couldn't find it. And Dad lies and says it's not there. So we got the silver harp, which is one of the other big I don't remember what it does, but it somebody else, some other NPC was talking about a silver harp, so here we are. Garen's silver harp. Although maybe Dad doesn't know. Maybe as far as he knows, the kid took it. Garen did. I think there's like a love... I don't know, I think that there's a romance angle with Garen and the person who's looking for him. Other than his parents. Okay, Shiny Harp. This unique item has the same function as in the first Dragon Warrior, summoning a monster to battle you on the spot. However, in this game, it's not a key item, and you may store it or throw it away as you please. Wow, so you play it to summon an enemy to fight you right away. Interesting. All right, well, I'm going to get us to a cheap save place, or, you know, healing place. What am I looking for? Dharma. There it is. Where's Greg? Let's get a little break in. I'm going to get us saved and healed up. We are making some real progress. I found at least one of the big key items. Shiny Heart might be a bit of a bust, but we found the fairy flute, which I think is what we're going to need for one of the big temples. Yeah, that's right, Raizo. There's nothing, just a little B&E, you know, just a quick in and out. We're gonna do that everyone's favorite prank where you like kick the door down or whatever. I remember in passing learning in the last few months or something that I guess there was some crazy trend where people were recording themselves like going and essentially kicking a door down, you know. It's like the next level up from Ding Dong Ditch, you know, it's ringing the doorbell and running. Now you kick the door in, I suppose, and what happens next? Well, we'll find out. It's part of the excitement, right? All right, guys, we're making really good progress. I'm happy. I'm going to double save. I'm paranoid. I've mentioned this game, and then I want to get to Oracle of Seasons, the Game Boy Color, Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Coincidentally, last year we were doing Oracle of Ages, and we finished it, and I just, at the time, I was like, let's move on to something else before we do Seasons. I don't want to do them back to back like that just yet. I need some space. I need some space. Well, it's just funny because, I mean, we're playing this game and I had started it, and the other day I was going back through old videos on YouTube. I was trying to sort a playlist for the channel, and I'm seeing like stuff from last year, and we were playing Dragon Quest III, and we were doing Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, and both of those games we did. So yeah, now we're doing the Lord of the Rings version. No, yeah, we're gonna do the other half of that duology, I guess, this year. So yeah, party like it's 2024. We're just doing the same. We're caught in a loop around here, guys. Never gonna get out of it. All right, thank you for hanging. Thank you for being caught in this loop here. And once again, welcome, guys. Happy Friday. We're working on a mystery. You know, I'm hearing Dragon Quest music too, so I gotta go mute that now. What is going on? Jeez Louise.
Going wherever it leads.
Thank you, Tom. I'm gonna get some mileage out of that Mystery Machine Dragon Quest III mashup there.
I felt so good.
All right, guys. Oh, that's funny, Rhizone. Yeah. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, a word like that. It's kind of curious, you know, where your brain can go when you hear something like that. Like we were talking about Genesis. I you know, like growing up in church and stuff. Even as a little kid, like I had a very strong association before I ever encountered the Sega Genesis of the Book of Genesis, you know? So if I heard that word, I was thinking that. Sorry, Phil Collins. But yeah, you can't help sort of, what, you know, what your brain goes to. Yeah, Gary, we're going to take a little break. So let's all take a break. I'll be back here after a little bit and get a little snack and a refill. Yeah, take your time, guys. See you back here soon. BRB.
Yeah, running down a dream.
Well, if that music didn't put you to sleep, maybe I can. Welcome, guys. Happy Monday. Good to see you. We are here for, well, more mysteries.
Yeah, running down a dream.
This music is so nice, isn't it? Yeah, I believe it's the town at night, not the city at night, which I think is a different one. It's nice. Yes. All right, let's get back into this thing. Oh, that is not lined up in the right spot. Okay, sorry guys, having some tech diffs here.
That never would come to me.
The perfect stream that never would come to me.
Working on a mystery.
All right, let's play. So we were gonna head maybe to the sealed Tower of Rubus, what I believe it's known as. I think that's top right corner of the map. Let's warp over to the Dark World. It is now coffee time. Coffee o'clock. No, that's funny. Ryza, that's funny. It's funny how easily, you know, just a line or two, a word or two can... How easily it can trigger a musical memory. Alright, hopping on the boat. So I think where I want to go is in the northwest corner. I think that there's a tower. I'm not super confident. Let me see my notes real quick. Northeast corner of map, tower of some kind. Old man told me if you have the fairy flute, get to the fifth floor and play it. Cool. All right. Yeah, northeast corner of map. Okay. Let's go there. Again, you know, this is known as Aleph Guard, which I think was like applied to the area later, but this is the map from the first Dragon Quest. But with some changes, the official reasoning being that, well, this game is a, you know, big prequel. It takes place a long time before Dragon Quest 1 and 2 do. So, you know, the layout in a couple places a little bit, you know, a couple places are underwater that in this era, but will be dry land by the time the first game starts. And I don't know how much time there is in between the games, but... It's really sweet. I think having played, if you had played, you know, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 and getting to this game, I think that's the big shock, you know, the big reveal. Okay, we want to head to the northeast corner. And I don't think you can, like, warp by going, you know, off the map on one side. This world is not actually circular. This particular one, the first one will let you, you know, go to one end of the map, pop over on the other. It's based on our globe. This one, not so much. Is the game lined up okay? It moves on me sometimes. One second. I'm gonna shrink it down just a bit. Producer, you gotta lock down some of these elements, man.
And rub my eyes.
All right, to the northeast. Let's go.
It was a beautiful day.
Too bad. Tom Petty was trying to sing along to the song, but instead the Murking have attacked us. Oh, that's good. Got some tasty cold brew kicking off today. Caffeine, that'll help, right? I think it's yeah, we're halfway. So playing FF7 with my wife, this is the first time she's gone through it. And the first time I've made it this far, I think. Well, I might have made it, I don't know. I can't remember how far I made it in that last playthrough, but I had an aborted one that, it was I had a good roll, you know, I was on a good roll. And at a certain point just stopped playing, started playing something else, or got busy. I don't know. You know how it goes. So I stopped playing it, and then I don't want to jump into it. Whatever, it's been a while, you know. Don't want to start it now. Well, I'm happy because me and the wife had sat on Final Fantasy VII for a few weeks, and finally got back on it, and made a little progress last night, so feels good. We are chasing Sephiroth down, and have just made it to, that doesn't describe anything, but first disc. Whole game. Anyway, we got a couple of hints about how, oh, he's made it to the Temple of the Ancients, but we have to get the capstone, or keystone, I believe it is. And we were told that the keystone is at Gold Saucer. So this is going to be that like second trip to Gold Saucer. Okay, yeah, I think that this is the tower. Sure, Ryza. Oh, Ryzone, I saw my wife showed me this funny clip she had of, I don't know if you're familiar with the channel Little Bubby Child is the name of it, and it's someone that, I don't know, they're clearly a southerner, and but you know, into like art and comics, and sort of like it's a real like take on kind of, especially like folks who are into metal or goth or alternate D&D gaming, stuff like that, but live in the South, or I should say, and live in the South. But it's a really funny, like, just mash of someone who, you know, just, I don't know, the accents being so funny, and some of them I'm like, dude, where's it? I gotta find out where this guy's from, because I definitely heard a lot of folks pronounce this or that way, you know. It's a trip, because I don't know, you know, you don't really see sometimes enough of a spotlight on that, and like alternative scenes in, you know, small towns. So it's just funny, you know, and amongst people who aren't like, you know, super posh about things, you know. But yeah, there's one that he did recently that has him asking his pastor about like what is being said here in the speaking of tongues here in this song, and then the pastor, like, you know, puts on the headphones or whatever, and it's nah, nah, you know. It's I think I even have some of it on here, but yeah, it's Corn. It's Freak on a Leash.
Oh!
I don't know, it's on here somewhere, but it's like the no, you know, parts where I don't know, he's just doing some crazy vocal, you know, I don't know what you would call it. He's scatting, speaking in tongues. But yeah, it shows the pastor, like, it shows this pastor, he's just old as dirt, like, listening to it and just like looking a little more disturbed as the clip goes on, you know. Right. He's got to be speaking in tongues there, man. You know, some inspired stuff from Jonathan Davis, you know. Just really channeling the divine. Step guard, baby. That way we don't have to get hurt by the steps there. All right, we're in this tower, and I think it was this place that someone said go to the 5th floor. If I'm in the right spot. Voodoo whiz. Yeah, that'll take care of that. What weapon is Parv got? I think he needs to get something better. Hey, Mystery, what's going on? How are you?
Oh!
Happy Monday.
Working on a mystery.
Playing some Dragon Quest 3.
Running down a dream.
Yeah, here's our old man. If you have the fairy flute, get thee to the 5th floor of this tower and use it. Okay. Same here, Rhizone. Yeah. Yeah, I can't use social media that much. I don't know. Facebook especially can be a really depressing place. And I stopped using that a long time ago. And yeah, I never really I had Instagram and I used it, you know, for a bit, but I never really took to it that much. Wow, it did a little bit of damage. Be careful here. All right, new tower. Let's see if we can get through this thing. Or at the very least, we have the item we need for the end. We popped in here the other day on stream, I think. Ichigo, what's up, man?
Yeah, running down a dream. I felt so good.
Howdy, howdy, man. Welcome. We're playing a little Dragon Quest 3, finally making some much-needed progress. There is some stairs here. Oh, battle right as you touch the stairs. Alright, let's make sure we got the right equipment. I'm gonna have him do the steel whip, and then these, meta bubbles. I think in the Japanese version it's like meta babble, and it got translated as babble in some of the English versions of this game instead of bubble or you know, yeah. But babble. All right, no, just fight. Get your attacks in. Oh, I meant to equip for Parvinas. Damn. Oh, nice, Mystery. You know, I always wanted to play. Is that? I know that there's like a Tactics Ogre. Isn't there one for 64? I always wanted to play the that game or others. I can't remember if it's a bigger series. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for the first time. I had it as a kid, and I did start a file, but like I had a bunch of stuff going on, so I didn't get around to finishing it. And Yeah, coming back to it, and it's really fun. I'm really liking it. I was a bit inspired by, you know, that Final Fantasy Tactics remake that just came out. That looks pretty cool. I might get around to that someday. I think I have my CD, my PS1 Tactics CD, but I can't remember. I was gonna equip the, I just got the steel whip, okay. Right. Take something else. Oh, Pal Puck, you know, the writers of this game, you know, they were some worldly folks, you know. They're just drawing inspiration from all over the place, so who knows? Tactics Ogre is on the Switch and also Game Boy Advance. Oh, cool. I think that there was something for the 64 as well. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you're getting to play Ogre Battle 64. Is that in the same series? Or is that just a whole other thing? Oh, Ogre Battle. Okay, the first two being Ogre Battle, The March of the Black Queen, and Tactics Ogre. That's cool. I want to play those games sometime. Yeah, Rhizone, it is crazy to think about how innovative these games were and how... yeah, the programming would have been crazy, and they even got themselves into trouble with a lot of RPGs back then, having some pretty significant bugs. Dragon Quest II is known for getting you know, there's just this one section. I don't know, I haven't played it myself, but apparently when you're on your way to Rhone, there's like the sequence there of a few areas in a row, including this cave, where I think they just screwed up the programming and made it way more difficult than it should have been, and more than they intended on it being. Is my controller screwing up again? Sorry, I don't know what those areas are. Those little things down there. Okay. I see. I see. I couldn't even really see the shading on the arrows there. Okay. Well, that won't take long to get back there. Oh shit, we're close to death. Pardon my French. Didn't realize we were that, in that dire a shape. Hey, Ichiko. Hey, it was a good weekend, man. I saw a good puppet show, you know? It's always a plus. Yeah, I went to a Halloween show for this marionette company I've talked about here before that does really good puppet shows that are really complex puppets, and a good portion of the show was... they've been doing that same show since the 60s, with just a few variations to it. So pretty sweet. Training up all these new generations to be good at controlling puppets. There was some controlling puppet action, which, you know, some puppetception. That's always a little mind-blowing. We're not 100% yet. Okay, I gotta be careful. I don't want to waste all my MP. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have her do heal us, I believe. We gotta use some MP, I suppose, but that's alright. What if I use Boom? Yeah, what about you guys? Did you have a good weekend? Oh no, I haven't heard of that, Ichigo. I'll take a note on that. That sounds cool. Is it Japanese? Recommendations. Thanks for the recommendation. There we go. He's talking puppets once again, folks. It's good stuff. Enjoyed the puppet show. I watched Being John Malkovich last year at some point, I think, for the first time in a long time. I had seen it only one time before. I didn't remember much about it, and I'd forgotten about I forgot about the main character. The whole, yeah, he's a ventriloquist, or not a ventriloquist, but a puppeteer, and that's like his passion. But he's just, you know, so smothered by this corporate job. Yeah, it's a funny one. If you haven't, yeah, it's a... Oh, cool. How are we doing on health? All right, so we're finally making some progress in this game. I decided to... I have explored most of this map we have access to, but there were a couple of really hidden things that I missed, and we were log jamming. I needed to break the log jam, and that's been done. How are we doing on health? Okay. Whatever. Get it done. All right. So, those will just kind of move us down. We want to get to the 5th floor, that guy outside told us. The trippy glowing floors are hazardous to our health. And these things will probably put us on them. Yeah. So let's hit the... What's that spell? Step guard. Nice. Leona. All right. What's the best way to get rid of these Leona? What are you guys weak to? I just bash. I'm pretty strong. There you go. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, thanks for the rec, Ichigo. Got that one on the list. I won't talk about puppets anymore. We'll puppet moratorium for now. All right, we got a mimic. I bet we can take it on. These things can ruin your day. They have an instant death spell. That's the instant death spell. That all too is the instant death spell, and thankfully it missed. Alright. Oh shit. Let's heal up. I need some MP. Do we have anything that gives MP? Alright, Spudley. Rejoin the battle. Let's see, Tigress. You could use some health. Oh, wrong one. Jeez. Alright, I think we're good now. Very inefficient use of magic, that's okay. Strength ring, okay. I wonder what we're talking about with this strength ring. How much strength? Small metal? Gold pieces. Very cool. Let's do step off one more time. Step guard. There we go. Yeah, you just walk over him with that. This game is fun. You know what's funny is like there's with stuff like that with this floor, you can take damage to it. You can get a spell. Yeah, there's like different things too. I think there's an item that will keep your party from having step damage. So at different points of the game, depending on where you would get to certain places, we're in a kind of an in-game sort of area, but for a large portion of the game, it's just wide open. And you can find yourself in a section where there's a few ways to beat it. Maybe you've, you know, already found an item that does this thing for you. You've potentially learned a spell. With keys, there's a spell you can eventually learn to like open all doors that, you know, would need special keys and stuff. So it's like, that's just a funny thing, you know, which one comes first? You finding I think the final key maybe, and versus getting that spell. Either way, you're going to have a way to eventually get through it. It's pretty sweet. Some of the stuff that is considered for this game being, you know, at least the game this is based on, you know, the original 8-bit version of this. And it's just, yeah, there was a lot to it. And having a second, you know, the whole boss fake out with the whole game leading you towards one big boss, but the story's not over yet. Then you end up traveling to the world of Dragon Quest I, getting to explore a huge chunk of that. That's what we're doing now. So it's it's pretty sweet what they pulled off with this. I see why it's so influential. And so we had some stairs down there, but I figured we should keep exploring. Sure enough, got a small medal. Oh, nice, Ichiko. A lot of beetles around here lately, man. Sorry I missed your message. It took a while. Oh.
I felt so good.
Yeah, that's not the Beatles.
Hey, I'm the guy who makes 7-Up.
These will just push us off the roof, I'm sure. This is a big group of baddies. Yeah, let's just fight. Metroid, welcome, buddy. Hey, man, what's going on? Welcome. The quest for dragons is, honestly, it's getting better all the time, you know? I had been log jammed in this game. Didn't know where to go. I had explored most of this map, and I was looking for a breakthrough. And I decided at this point I'm going to call in a quick peek at the walkthrough, you know, just a tactical strike on a walkthrough, and just to see if I can clear the log jam. And turns out a couple places I thought I had explored pretty thoroughly were missing some, yeah, I was missing like a key item or two. There was some stuff that was really well hidden too that, yeah, I don't know how quickly I would have found it if I didn't check a guide or have a friend at school that I could ask, you know. For instance, there's a couple things that, and then one or two things that you're rewarded for having played the first couple games. You know, it's a couple of key items being in similar locations. First lifeline, yeah. I consulted my guide. Yeah. Oh, Astrobot. Yeah, Rhizome. That's fun. That one looks cool. Looks like a lot of the fun platformers we all talk about. I don't remember their... Oh, that's right. Yeah. We went up the stairs and they give you this other set here. Or you can explore the rest of the tower. Okay. Oh, how could I get to that? Oh, this is one of the... We got the light armor. This is one of the 3 big items we were told we'll need to, quote, stand a chance against Zoma, the big baddie. Put the light armor in the bag. Oh, shit. Knew that was gonna happen. Oh, all the way back here. Damn. Okay, what else is there up there? Okay, there's the light armor. What else? That may be the one, like, that might be the biggest thing we're looking for. Oh, shit. No, I need to go, back this way. Yeah, I think light... That's a great question, Metroid. Yeah, I think it's a... light as in, right, brightness. Antonym of dark. Yeah. Just a little light armor, you know? I think it's maybe armor of light, kind of, it might even be changed to that at some point. Some of these items, you know, you find these in the previous Dragon Quest games. I gotta say it, you know, it's hard to talk about this series without spoilers. But with this being a prequel, some of these items will be equipping the hero of Dragon Quest 1. And you know what? That makes me feel good to know that. That future hero is going to get a little something out of these items. Alright. What is it? Yeah, here's the room. Okay, so we're going to go this way. This time don't march off the ledge. Oh, that's it here? Okay. We go left. Powpug? A light snack. Yeah. Just a little light calorie armor. Oh yeah, that does look like a precipice, I guess, now that I look at it a second time. A precipice, I guess.
Oh my god.
Just dropping off the edge.
I'm pissed now.
Where did I find this armor? Oh, that was the armor was in that one box in the little section out over the gaps. The abyss. Good old light snack. Oh, man. We really gave up a good thing when, you know, when it comes to photosynthesis, you know. I really wish we would have stuck with it. Then I wouldn't be so vampiric, you know, going out in the sun. I'm a tiny, just a teeny bit. Hey, right? It's great. I love it. Works for me. Do too much of it? Instant burn. What is going on? Why isn't Twitch streaming right now? I don't understand. Maybe it is, but it shows that it's down on my end. I don't understand. Let me check something real quick. Let's see what's going on. Looks like I'm live. Cool. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening here. My heads-up display is telling me everything's wrong. That's it. Dead end here. Is that it for this tower? Yes, right, Rhizone. Yeah, I think that's what's. It's just my connecting to stream elements for the chat. That's. The stream has dropped a time or two, but yeah, right now it's stream elements. Damn.
I'm pissed now.
It is Ichigo. Yep, absolutely. Got my spying Ray-Bans. It's similar to the Terminator. You know, I went for the Terminator theme. A nice shades of red and black. Some white text coming up. I feel like that, you know, we were talking about, you know, movies, seeing some movies as a kid, it just being like becoming a core memory for you. Yeah, I think, among other things, yeah, the Terminator scan. I've spent my entire life wishing that I had and either wishing or daydreaming and giving my own heads up display, you know, of the Terminator thing as I walk around. I remember in driver's ed that we had to learn this terrible acronym that I still remember to this day, which is SIPD. They told us to SIPD, which was like scan the road, identify threats, question mark, make a prediction, I think, what was D? It was like, I don't know. Determine, I think. Yeah, determine what you're going to do or whatever. So something along those lines. And then execute. Yeah. SIPD. And I remember applying the SIPD process with essentially pretending that I was the T-800 and I could scan everything. You know, car, negative acceleration, you know, apply brakes. It helped, and I gotta say, I passed driver's ed. I did really well in it. One day, I got a B on one of the exams because the teacher pulled a fast one on me, man. We were driving through. My controller's screwing up. 1 second. We were driving through a Publix parking lot. That doesn't seem good. Okay, yay, I have control of it now. Okay. The ghost is gone, but not the vile shade. We're in a Publix parking lot. And a supermarket lot, and a big wide open one, and we're there during school hours, so it's not that busy. And everything's been going well for this drive, and he had me going through the parking lot a little bit, and at a certain point he's like, okay, like there's nobody here, you can just cut through there. And he sort of pointed me to kind of cut through one row of an empty parking lot, an empty section of the parking lot or whatever, to connect to the exit a little faster. And I totally went for it, you know, like a dumbass. And he went up, and he had his clipboard and just like started scribbling on the clipboard. I saw him shake his head and go up. I was like, well, I knew in that moment, I was like, damn. My instructor, my sensei told me to do something, and I think I jumped to do it right then. And I do feel a little bit like that. He betrayed the student-teacher sacred bond there. I feel a bit cheated. I need to refill this thing. Gonna need some more coffee tonight.
Oh, dang it, Bobby.
I think we might be done with this temple. Let me, you know, I've already had a little nip of that walkthrough. All right, you guys know I want another one. That's how it is, man. We did skip ahead to this, you know, according to this walkthrough, to this tower here. They have us doing this quite a bit later, I think. Man. We've explored so much of this stuff, we just couldn't quite get it done. The last couple big items. Anyway. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Oh, you got tricked, Pal Puck. They pulled a fast one on you. Okay. See, we were on the, we already got the fairy flute. I think, right? Yeah, we found that. But then, let's see, we were in the, like, Tower of Rubus, I think. Man, we might even be in their, like, next section. Yeah, dungeons. Okay. Tower of Rubus. This is the one. Yeah, okay. Let me just make sure we got the key items out of here. Strength ring. I don't remember finding a... Flamerang, which, by the way, great name. Flame Boomerang, potentially, or Flamerang. Flamerang. Sounds like a middle school insult or something, you know? Or at least, you know, right? Year 2000. After you've examined the chest, walk over to the right side of the middle section to locate the staircase that leads to the 3rd floor. Da-da-da-da-da. Armor of Radiance. There we go. Great synonym for light. Radiance. AKA the light armor. Damn, that got a downgrade in this, in the Super Famicom and, Game Boy Color versions. Too bad. Versus Armor of Radiance? Ah. One of the 3 Tantagel or Luditorm. Again, if you're new, if you haven't seen this yet, this guide here covers the NES version, and then any changes to that version that were made in the Game Boy Color, or are exclusive to the Game Boy Color and Super NES versions of this, those go in green. So some of the names are different in our version, but I like that they were able to put it all together. I don't think we searched the lowest skull for a token. Either way, return to the central corridor on the bottom of the 3rd floor, then head left and walk up the left side of the floor. Oh wait, they told me to go to the 5th floor with the flute or whatever, so I don't think we're done with this thing yet. Right? That dude was telling us to get to the 5th floor, and, shit, I'm sorry. Ah! We're in the weeds, folks. Well, I guess I'm not done with this. Okay. We didn't make it to the final floor, I suppose. Let's see. Oh, that stinks, Palpuck. Yeah. Well, in terms of like going on a freeway versus turning into a driveway or something, in that moment, you don't want to screw that up, you know? I'm not trying to go on the freeway if he's not telling me to go on the freeway, you know? Okay. This mentions... You know, I'm looking at this guide here, but once you make it across, climb the stairs to the 3rd floor. This will deposit you in a small room with stairs that lead up to the 4th floor. Go ahead and climb them. On the 4th floor, cross the hallway back to the left. On the opposite side. On the opposite side, you'll find the stairs that take you up to the 5th and final floor of the tower. Upon arriving at the 5th floor, walk down to the bottom of the floor and cross over to the right until you reach an entrance into the interior. Yeah, but what floor are we on now? Okay. So we're on the floor that had the radiant armor, as we're going to call it. The armor of radiance. Damn you, vile shade. I'm gonna hit you with. You can't do? Yeah, hit him. Do beat. Defeat. That's what I want. Yeah. Okay, this has us going back to the 3rd floor for something. I guess we've missed something here, so... yeah, in fact, it even just says, like, jump off. Oops. Return to the central corridor in the bottom of the 3rd floor. Then head left and walk up the left side of the floor. This is where I'm like, I'm not seeing what they're seeing, but... Oh shoot, controller's screwing up again. Gonna work with this controller? What's the deal? I'm using a PS4 controller for this, and I don't know what the problem is, but it's just disconnecting itself every now and then. I've got it connected via USB, so... Take him out.
Video game trauma.
Do. Yes, alright. It was a mimic there. Walk right to the center and stand on the revolving tiles before the gap in the wall. Oh, okay, we didn't finish this part, right, yeah. I think if I go here and go, yeah. Okay. Allow yourself to walk through the gap and you'll fall all the way down to the 1st floor. Okay, so they do want us to fall here. Funny. Okay. Alright. So they do want me to fall here. I haven't, Palpuck. You mentioned that one earlier. The name is familiar, but I've never played it. It's cool. The art looks cool. I'm seeing an Atari cover here. Might be on some other systems too. I mean, I see Steam. Ship's Challenge. A top-down tile-based puzzle video game originally published in '89 by Epix as a launch title for the Lynx. Interesting. Then ported to a bunch of other systems too. made it to a best of Microsoft Entertainment pack. Awesome. A couple of them. I don't think I've ever seen gameplay of this. No, yeah, I've only heard the title. That's cool. What about you? Are you a fan of that one? So that dropped us in the back of this castle here, at the back of the tower. And now we're, I think, in a new area. No, I don't think I remember that one. I saw that it made it to Windows 95, and I don't remember much. I don't remember much before Windows 95 for me. I think I started to be able to get a little more computer time around then. Yeah. Okay. So we gotta maneuver through this. Wait, didn't I do this part earlier? Or... This is new though. Yeah. Okay. Where are we going now? Oh, another set of stairs there. What's here? Nothing. Okay. Thought I was seeing something at the bottom. That sounds cool, Pal Puck. Yeah, I should try it. It's funny to see like available on Steam now. You know, I love that. Chip McCallahan. Even that name sounds really familiar. I recognize the art. Let me grab this for you guys. Where do those downloads go? Yeah. Yeah, I do recognize that. That's funny. I like the fake dentures question mark with eyes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it is a very early. Yeah, I definitely get that. There's a real puzzle feel to it. I think I've seen similar kind of titles in other games. Tiles rather. That's funny. Oh, Chips Challenge. I like the font going on here too. You've got the like real, you know, computer retro futurist chips, and then yeah, the I love challenge written in that font there. That's cool. This man is he's in a labyrinth that everything's trying to kill him. If he isn't drowned by the dangerous, you know, moat back behind him, then clearly the animated dentures are going to get him. Or it's that bomb in the background too. And he's got to run around with a key. There's a switch of some kind back there where the bomb is, maybe. I don't know. Chip, you got your work cut out for you, buddy. Yeah, the alphanumeric display, absolutely. Or as I thought of it as a kid, the you know, yeah, the stopwatch or yeah, like you'd go to a game and see a shot clock or a scoreboard. Need more old school scoreboards like that, and you know, digital readouts with. Okay, wait, where am I going? Yeah, this way. One more set of stairs. I keep playing this off the monitor, too. Not that this game really requires much reaction time, but I keep playing it off the OBS screen. He told us to go to the 5th floor with our flute. Take your flute up to the 5th floor. Do, do, do. Spudley is a monster. Oh, Mystery, I see your comment now. Yeah, with the you talk about with this game when you get into the battles. Yeah, that was kind of the classic, I guess, you know, that was for Dragon Quest kept that for a very long time, and for some people who are big fans of the series, I guess that's, in fact, like, it's always kind of been a mandate to not change the series too much, to just do like, you know, I could say small evolutions, but each of these games had some really big leaps in it, and, you know, set the pace and really inspired all the other JRPGs. But still, yeah, fans got to where, you know, I think they were really afraid of 3D for a while, and it wasn't until, I guess, Dragon Quest VIII that they did like a fully 3D thing. And yeah, prior to that, yeah, it was this screen here, you know, where, yeah, you're not seeing your protagonist during the fights. In the new Dragon Quest remakes, you see them, but then when all the attacks begin, like, you'll see them kind of at that sort of isometric angle, or it reminds me of like Golden Sun a bit. I played that one for Game Boy Advance as a kid. You know, you see the party kind of there for a bit, and then whenever everyone goes into their attacks and stuff, and that begins, you're back in first person perspective here from party's POV, just seeing the attacks play out on the screen, you know, seeing effects come up for fire, or, you know, and yeah, you know, so yeah, Mystery, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because those two games, those two series were really tight, you know, with Dragon Quest tending to, in the beginning, kind of set these JRPG standards, but Final Fantasy really getting into storyline heavier than these games did. Dragon Quest, by the time they get to like DQ4, it's very, there's a very personal storyline, and but at this point, it's a little more, yeah, it's generic. Hero goes to save the world, and your other party members, you actually can just recruit randos, or just create characters from level 1 and give them a name and, you know, a class and all that stuff. And yeah, I think that this game led the way on like class changing, and that sort of being an aspect of JRPG games, with there being a gameplay advantage to learning a little bit from different classes and different jobs, and, you know, like having these well-rounded characters. I'm pretty sure a lot of that for JRPGs kind of came from this game. You know, but FF was always, you know, you see the release dates of the early Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest games, and you can see how they, early on, they got a good little competition. And, you know, I'm sure they're inspiring each other, and these are yeah, these games, it's interesting. I would say the gameplay feels a little different than FF, and it's hard to describe, but Final Fantasy, especially like as the series would go on, also got really into like elements of sci-fi and, you know, kind of futurism and stuff, whereas this series has kind of tended to, yeah, still stay more in a kind of a high fantasy. And there's a real comfort food to these games, whereas Final Fantasy is, I love those games, you know, but it feels a little more, I think, since it can be more like even more story driven or more like personal a lot of times, I think it can be less comfort food for me and more like just really compelling game, you know, really fun to play. But I'm not sitting back relaxing as much as, you know, I was like actively enjoying a lot of it, but they're comfortable too. I mean, you know, active time battle isn't, well, you know, you got to keep your head on a swivel. Damn. They hit us with some good spells there. I got to be careful. Okay, let's, make sure I get out of this. I'm just gonna have to have her use heal us, I believe, and, yeah. Let's do it just in case. Yeah. Shoot. All right, let's see. Let's get out of this situation here. I need to just, yeah, I need to dispatch these guys. Maybe a... Does defeat take these ones out? I can't remember. I hope that doesn't, I hope I might have, like, cast a powerful spell that bounces off. Oof. That's what hit us last time, huh? Yeah. I think that might have happened at one point. They've all got bounce. Silly me. That's gonna be trouble. We screwed... I screwed up. I used an instant death spell against their bounce spell, their reflect, essentially. Okay. If I can get us out of this battle, we'll be okay. I can even revive right now. I need to get... Oh, people are confused. These guys are rough, man. Okay, well, so Parv is still confused, huh? Let me try to get, we need to flee. I'm gonna have to get out of here. Let's head outside. Does he have it? I could just try to run, but that might not work. Lightning didn't? Oh, I've not got to stop doing magic. Wow, I actually managed to flee. What? Usually, I don't ever mess around with flee. I very rarely use flee in this game because it very rarely works. And I got us down to, it can't get much more dire than this. We're down to just our fighter at 8 HP. And I think I can actually pull us out of this, possibly. I don't know, let's see. I think I might have like an item that makes us just fly too. Okay, we're in a dungeon though, so we have to get out of that first. Do, do, do. Hold on, let me just look around for a bit. I think that there's an item that lets us like out of a dungeon. I have something I can do to revive someone too. So yeah, I was glad we folded right then. Strategic retreat. I have an item, this Yggdrasil leaf. We can use that. It just, I don't think you see too many of those. So I tried to save it. I can't remember something else brings them back to life either. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Let me just look around a bit. Bum, 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 bum. I didn't give the hero his armor either. My God. All right, I'm gonna use the. I guess I'll use the leaf. I don't think there's any. I don't think I can use the wing of wyvern. Let me try. I think it'll say that I'm in a dungeon. I hit my head on the on the ceiling. I think is the verbiage, but we got several of these. So it's a tower, for God's sake! All right. Do 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 do. Let me see. I'm just going to look this up real quick. What item? I think that there is an item that basically functions to get you outside of a dungeon. So let me. Do, 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 do. Evac is the spell, but I don't know if there's an item that does it. Okay, all right, we'll use that Yggdrasil leaf. I mean, I don't want to lose half my money here. Let's just do that. But who has the spell we need to pull everybody else back to life? And do we have the requisite amount of MP? Okay, info. Do, 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 do. I'm not going to find it under info. Let's see. Revive. Bama has it. Bama doesn't have much MP, but I think we could get enough to get us out of here. All right, here we go. Yggdrasil leaf we're going to use on Bama. Bama came back to life.
Oh, gosh.
All right, and now we can. Bama's back to life. Coach DeBoer is turning that program around. All right, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna revive. Oh God, you have almost no MP. All right, I'm gonna have to do this. She ran out of MP. Instead of going for the sure thing with revive, which I should have done, I went for looking back, you know, I should have gone for. I think I had just enough to do revive, which will always work, and I tried to cheap out to have some magic left over. But we've got 2 characters rolling. Where's the nearest exit? Wait. No, Bama doesn't know outside or return, I don't think. Shit. It's letting us flee. Always thankful when I can get to the next level. All right, sadly, I've got to get us out of here. I don't think this tower is done, but we need to, let's see. Oh, shoot. Is that going to get us out? Yes. But I don't have someone who can do a spell. I don't have anyone who can get us returned right now. I gotta sail to, this is stupid. Man, if I get out of this one, that's a... This is a really funny situation. My party has been so ready for everything with like being able to warp around the world and so on and so forth. We just are in a situation now. We're out of MP and I got to try to get us to the nearest shelter basically via ship. All right, let's take a good look at that map. See what's close. What's that town to the east there? Would have been faster to have just reset. Maybe at this point, but oh well. Trying to find. I had a map of it. It had like city names and stuff on it. I'm trying to remember. We've already explored it. I just don't remember what it is. Up there. I think it's a town. Is that our best bet? Probably so. All right. I think I can land here, and I think... All right, we need all the crits we can get. There you go, Bama. Weave our way over there. Come on. Ghoul. Okay, we should be able to knock these out. Don't call for help.
I don't have any of those skills yet.
All right, Bama is at level 36. Hey, thank you guys for hanging. I know this game gets really in the weeds, you know, especially when you're going off of a bunch of old clues. Okay, we made it to a town. Where's the inn? You guys got a way to heal me, right? Please say yes. Okay, that's the swordsman, or swordsman's wife. This is like the item shop. Where's the inn? Do 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 do. That doesn't revive our partners, though. We've got to get to a priest. We've got to get to a Man, I kind of forgot about that little detail. At least these guys are fully healed up. But we've got to get our guys. Man, I'm in such a... Ozzy's in a pickle, man. I got us screwed up here. All right, guys, I'm going to get a little break in. When we get back, we'll see if we can salvage this. Oh, man. It'd be nice if we didn't have to, you know, get set back, but I don't know. I think all we would do is lose our, you know, half of our money, which at this point we have a ton of money. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna get a little break, guys. I'm doing the dance. I gotta go. Let's, when we come back, let's all get a little snack break. Something to drink. When we get back, we'll keep working on the mystery. Thanks for hanging, guys.
It's not fair.
See if we can save our hero here. All right, BRB.
Video game trauma.
I'm really fucked now.
Hey guys, happy Monday. Thank you so much for hanging. And get back to our mystery machine here. We got our hero, number 3, working on getting to the big bad Zoma. And still trying to figure out a mystery about his dad. He's been hearing a lot of scuttlebutt that he was missing, presumed dead, having fallen into a volcano, but of course, as everyone knew from the very beginning, there's a little more to the story.
Oh!
Let's play. Do 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 do. We're in a tight spot here, sadly. Spudley and Bama are trying to win this thing. This controller is just gonna suck, huh? I think my PS4 controller is screwed up. Well, I know I gotta play, but all right, there we go. So it was really, really... Oh, from here, though, actually, now that we're outside, what am I thinking? We can use a wing of wyvern. Let's go. Take us to... Man, take us all the way to Dharma. Forgot about that. Okay. Silly me. Once we got outside the dungeon, we were set. Okay, cool. In order to get out of that dungeon, we had to use that leaf. I'm cool with how it worked out. That's all good. I should have revived Tigress, I believe. Yeah, has outside and return. We would have been set. Okay. City of Dharma, here we are. And we're gonna go talk to a priest. Hanging out in the City of Dharma. I'm curious what they do with places like this in the new remake, you know. Yeah, to another world. Basically, we were in what's known as the Dark World, having fallen into a pit that allegedly no one who'd fallen in had ever made it out of. So we went from there all the way back to the world of light, or our original, map, which is based on our own world. And yeah, it's nice. Typically that boat will follow you on this map. It would pop out near you. Same goes with your... I think you've got a bird that you can fly around as well that you might have seen it on the map. I think that I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's when, going between the dark and light world. I don't really know, but I think it seems to pop up where you are too if you warp somewhere. I'm not sure. Sometimes things will persist in an area though, so it seems to be kind of situational. Because, yeah, sometimes your mode of transport will just, be in that area. Stay there. All right, we got out of there, so let's go ahead and save. Yeah. All right. Gained a couple levels. This is pretty sweet. Man, Super Famicom, huh? Pretty sweet. most of my reference for RPGs on the Super Famicom, it's Squaresoft, you know, up until recently. And playing this game. It's too bad this one didn't make it to the US. I'd love to have a SNES card of it, but it doesn't exist. Could get a fake one. Nah. So this is the original map here. Yeah, based on... roughly on our own. Which one's the map button? It's a remarkable game. There's a point in the game where you already feel as if you explored quite a bit, and then you're essentially given the means to travel this entire map, at least, you know, by ship, and then, you know, often, just like other games, you know, it's not a direct route to get somewhere. You can't always just go straight there, so... But yeah, it's fun. You're basically told to get an X number of key items. Very simple. Well, yeah, it just, at that point, you're just kind of like set free, and I really, I dug it. I'm glad to be back on this game, and I think we're close to wrapping it up. This part here is like you're already a significant, good way of the game through. It feels so epic too, up until that first boss that is not, turns out, the final boss. And then they open up another big section where you go to the underworld, go into this giant pit, and everyone there is like, hey, this world has been plunged into darkness. And that world is Alefgard, the world from Dragon Quest 1. So that's what we've been exploring, is that second, you know, dark world. Trying to bring a little light about. I'm flying over Italy right now. The Mediterranean. Day and night cycle for the game. Different things, different themes, and different happenings in the towns and cities based on time period. Or, you know, a time of day. It's really ambitious. And all that stuff was on the original NES. It's all on the original NES version. This game just gives it all a great coat of paint. And then some quality of life stuff as well. Excuse me. Some improvements from the series that had already, you know... this game would precede the release of Dragon Quest VI. Which was kind of I think the last, like, SNES hurrah for Dragon Quest. And then, yeah, 7 would be PlayStation 1. I had 7 as a kid, and 3 for Game Boy Color. And I played a little more of 7, I think, than I did of 3. And that 7 is just, I hear it's really great, but it's also one of the longest ones. And it can be very... The core structure behind it, there's a lot of repetition that can be fun, but it's repetitive. And the structures, you know, you're going to new places, seeing new faces, but it's the core gameplay of, like, you know, constructing this bigger puzzle through like small vignettes. for some folks it gets old, I think. And yeah, I don't think I was ready for at that point to play much of the series, but I'll come back to that one sometime. I'd like to play the PS1 version too. They did do a version for 3DS that I hear is pretty good. I think 3DS. All right. Okay, that's it. All that is to say, great series. I'd like to beat a game. All right, let's pop over to... well, let's finish up the tower, I guess. Do I need to go from Ludotorn? It's probably the closest. All right. All right, let's get our hero equipped. He's got the new armor. Light armor, give to Parv. Let's see. Let's take that. You got a lot of stuff. All right, well, you don't need the magic armor. Nice. All right, fairy flute. Got that now. Strength ring. Let's see what's up with that. Lowers Parv's attack. Okay. Hero ring is better. That makes sense. Man, he's almost got everything he needs. We need the hero sword. But we have the hero shield. We've got the light armor. I think we have the proper helmet for now, but there's something better out there. I do think there's a... Rhizone, I had somehow missed your last comment there.
What are you doing?
All right. Who wants a strength ring? The angry tattoo. I love that as an item. I don't want to take one of our mages down a step with this. Maybe unbecoming. It is about time for me to look soonish at equipment. I've been kind of skirting by with just being over leveled. Oops. Wait, what? What did that say? Did it say I threw it away, or Parv took it? I didn't read the... I mean, we just saved, so... I don't care too much, but I missed that dialogue there. Did I just throw that away? I had a control, I had just a quick bzz. I'm gonna reset that. Wait, I'm going for the console. Whoopsie. Dharma. Must have had some bad karma. Like you said, Rhizone. Jeez. It all comes back.
What are you talking about, you idiot?
All right. Back on it. Here we go, guys. Like nothing ever happened. We're gonna return ourselves over to Ludatorm. And it is there. This is a separate ship. There was an explanation for a separate ship. I guess I never really answered that aspect of it. That, yeah, there is a reason why, you know, you get a second ship in the Dark World, and it's this kid gives it to you. And this one follows you around the Dark World, but at least to an extent, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's a docks here if you, you know, if it gets reset or something, maybe it comes back to the spot. I'm not really sure. Good old rub-on tattoo. Okay, let's get our hero his light armor. You might want to keep the magic armor. I can't. No. Anyway. Can't remember what that one does. Strength ring. You know, you don't really get the descriptions of these items either, unless you have a dealer job class. So that's, you know, that can make things tougher. Yeah, certainly drives one to look at a walkthrough. Okay, let's, nobody gets the ring. We're just gonna back out of it. We're not gonna, like, give it away or... Okay. Here we go.
One more word out of you and you go. Come on, fellas, you're losing your head.
Oh, I forgot that this gameplay screen's a little screwed up. Time to face the music. There we go. Just fight him. I'm almost surprised that wasn't a... I think I remember that being... yeah, it's funny because a part of me is thinking that wasn't that in the game? Kragon, you suck. I'm not doing any buffs either. I'm just being a lazy gamer. Kragon, you suck. Alright, we're gonna, what are we gonna do? Fight you. Let's get it out of here. I'm saving my MP. I don't like that we use that Yggdrasil leaf, but you know, I think, you know, saving a party member, well, actually the hero as well, that helped to bring them back to life, even if we didn't use it directly on them. Yeah, that's worth something, right? Take me back to the Tower of Rubus. Wait, did we get the, okay, we do have the silver harp already. Good. That part's done.
Who the hell are you, anyway?
Okay. Sea Slime, Mer King. Alright, easy enough. Game gets so loud in these portions. I think it got a little bit louder at some point. I swear. Pet a bird. All right, let's see what we got here. A little bit further. Let's just save MP for now. Hey, what's up? Welcome. Oh, is it getting moved off again, huh? What's the deal? I don't understand. Is there no, like, central place for this? Hold on one second. You son of a... Yeah, it's, There we are. Should be better for you, right? Did the whole overlay get moved? There's our tower. Hopefully things look better now. Let me see what it's looking like on Oh, I see. Yeah, thank you. Right. It's been tough. I don't know. A few things aren't locked down in this scene. I don't know why. Must have messed it up at some point. All right, here we go. Tower once again. How you doing, man? Welcome. Happy Monday. These lay on our trouble. Hey, I'm thinking we're gonna do some Zelda Oracle of Seasons soon. We're gonna pick up where we left off after having beaten Oracle of Ages, the companion title. 2 really awesome Zelda games on the Game Boy Color. Really fun, kind of I always thought it was pretty cool dungeon design as a kid, enjoyed playing it. I beat Ages as a kid. Started Seasons, but, you know, got distracted, I believe. And then last year we played Ages and beat it. That was fun. I need to go back and get that code. We'll use that to start Seasons, and that'll give us like the full ending, which I'm really excited about. I've never seen that. Never beat Seasons, so I didn't get to see. There's some combo. Once you've beaten one and you use your password for the other one, you get rewarded, I think, with an item or 2. You also get, like, you know, get to see the final true boss sequence. Yeah. It's really awesome. It's a really great looking game, and it's interesting because it seems like it uses a similar kind of engine in some ways, or at least visual, there's some visual similarities between this one and Dragon Quest VI, which I guess was like on the horizon. I think was still hadn't yet. Oh, controller. God, this PS4 controller needs to be retired, I think.
One more word out of you and you go.
Okay, so I think I need to get up. It keeps like forcing it in a certain direct, you know, it'll just, I think it stops responding to me and just holds that button down. Jeez Louise. Gotta get good on the keyboard again.
Come on, fellas, you're losing your heads.
Wait, okay, I think, hold on, let me get that guide up again. Because it had us jumping off. And then, yeah, we were coming in from the backside, like after a certain floor. I think, yeah, we needed to, yeah, we went down one floor. This would have dropped us down to the skeletons or whatever, and yeah, it's this floor here. Oh, come on. Dun, 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 dun. We're doing a little USB reset here. Pray it works.
Impossible. Meaningless.
Exactly, pal Puck.
Nothing is more important than the simple act of people getting together.
Okay, yeah, we want to fall here. And then... now we hit the building from the back. Okay, let's get healed up. I forget that Tigress has all these great healing spells too. I basically have two mages fully, you know, through like both the, I guess this one is when it was like white mage and now fighter, and which is pretty sweet. She's going to be able to heal, but she goes very fast too. And fighters also just deal a lot of damage and crit because of their speed. They can, you know, as they go on up in the levels, they begin to crit a lot more often, which is pretty sweet. I can't talk right now. Sorry, I'm doing my best. He's Dragon Quest out. Dragon Blessed.
Kiss my ass.
Do, 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 do.
It doesn't matter.
All right, let's get healed up. Heal us. What a great spell. I love the name. Heal us. Thank you, Pal Puck. Yeah, I appreciate that. You guys should tune out occasionally and not hear my most embarrassing moments. Do, 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 do.
I am the game.
Meta babble. Oh man, I'm getting chilly. This is actually I'm thankful. I bet it's gonna last all of like another day or something, but today was nice. It's a high like right around 70. We're gonna get pounded just going for the meta bubble, but hey, that's where the experience is, so there you go, Spud. I'm actually going to pay attention, so hey, maybe, you know, I won't bounce our most powerful spells off the enemy. They had a Psy shield.
Shut up.
I felt so good,
Oh, nice.
like anything was possible.
Leveling up. I think the remake takes a more recent Dragon Quest. Well, actually, I don't know when this started, but I guess at a certain point, some of the games had, with a level up, you know, filled up your HP and MP, I guess, and that has made the remake, that's kind of, you know, one of those other gameplay things that I guess has made it a little bit easier. Although they've added some additional difficulty levels in it, I guess, and there's also some super bosses too, so I guess if you're I've heard that the super bosses require, like, you know, near perfection in setup. Oops. Or I say near perfection, but yeah, I don't let's see. Okay, I think, yeah, there it is. So I'm having to hit other buttons to get across these, you know. It's a bit of a head trip. Hit the stairs. Okay, I think I've made it to this floor and walked around, and I don't know. Let's see. Okay. I should mention, I think that there's also restore here. I could do this way. I think this is a shortcut. If you don't want to do it the grindy, old school way, you can hit tactic, restore. And it will have your characters go through a few of their spells to, you know, level you up. In other games, I think they would add additional, you know, like ways that the AI will respond to how to distribute the healing and, you know, who's doing the spells, which spells they're going for, you know. There's like a lot of quality of life stuff as you get further into the series. Here we go. Yes. Come on. Matable. Yeah, yeah. We got what, one of them maybe? Still. Got Spudley up a level. Alright. Let's hit this Matable first. Oh, these other guys are gonna wreck us. Alright, yeah. I don't know, let me take care of the ones that are gonna be a problem. I love experience, but I also like getting to continue in the dungeon.
Working on a mystery.
Yeah. I'm just jamming the button. Attack, attack, attack! Alright. Got an entrance? Nope. Came from that way. I think it just connects up at the top. Saving as much MP as I can. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I grabbed a few of them that I was finding lying around online, you know, a few great animation gifs. They're really high quality. Okay, we didn't make it to this citadel, this interior portion of the... Oh, look at that, there's like some spikes and like an altar or something in there. Statue of something. The NES version looks very charming too. You know, I know it can look harsh, but it's also kind of crazy what they pull off with it, you know? And it's on the NES. It's... And, you know, if I weren't playing this version, I was really interested too in the Game Boy Color version that I had as a kid. And since then, I've played it for a little bit on the stream, and then also, like, read a little bit about how it's a great version, great way to play it. And it's cool that they have it on the Game Boy Color, and that is more of a remake of this game and all of its, you know, aesthetics that were added, and, you know, additional content and stuff that was added for the big 16-bit remake here. And that Game Boy Color version is based off of this one, the Super Famicom remake of an NES version. And they really pull it off well. And Game Boy Color is, yeah, like I said, there's a happy place for me where when I start to lose my memory, just put me in a place with like a bunch of scattered like video game consoles and stuff, and you know, I'll be okay. Put a few Game Boy Color in there, or modern equivalent, to let me play every game. Grandpa's gonna be okay. Uncle Ben's in his happy place. It's okay. Maybe then I'll get around to Dragon Quest III on the Game Boy Color, you know? When I'm in the memory ward. Alright, let's go heal us. And then I'll be like, what? Dragon Quest III? I've never heard of that game. Or no, I never... Well, I'd know it, but I never played it, no.
I felt so good when the rain was unstoppable.
Alright, hi. Bunch of spikes and a statue here. Parvinus looks at the statue. It appears to be a statue of a beautiful goddess. Capital G. Alright, let's I haven't looked beyond this. I mean, I know I'm supposed to use the fairy flute here. Looks like we're in good shape. Do, 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 do. I could do fairy flute. I knew that from the old man outside. Told us to get to the 5th floor. Had to go around back, huh? Up to the 4th floor or something. 3rd floor, jump down from the back, then come up to the 5th floor. Whoa. Nice. She's back. This is when Zelda's lullaby starts playing. Ah, it's a dream come true. You saved me. I am Rubus, creator of Alifgard. Heck yeah. How you doing, Rubus?
I was driving.
I was driving.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
To show my gratitude, I'll give you the Sacred Talisman. Please use that item to reach and defeat Zoma. I will be eternally grateful when peace is restored to our lands. Wow.
Give me a hell yeah!
I'll be eternally grateful when peace is restored to our lands. You know what? I'm working on it, lady. And then she fades away. We can't continue up the altar either. Alright, I think our work here is done. There you go. I love the crits on an enemy that's very hard to hit. And when you have these fighters, both Spudley and was it Bama's also our fighter? Yeah. Bama was originally a black mage, I think, or mage, whatever they call it. Kind of, you know, offensive and buffs and stuff like that. And then, yeah, turn them into a fighter. So now they're super fast, and they have... They must have been... I don't know. Maybe they... One of them I gave a couple of... They've had a couple of rounds. Like they... I got them up to Sage, I think, and then changed it over. So I don't know. This crew's been around the block. I think we're done here. Yeah, let's get out of here. My favorite. Attack. Anybody played Gen 3 Pokemon? Or at least, you know, Emerald? I started it. I had that one. I was getting out of Pokemon at that time, and I didn't buy, you know, the Ruby or Sapphire. But when Emerald came around, I saw it, and I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and get it. If I don't play it now, I'll play it eventually. And then I got kind of even further out of Pokemon for a long time. So I never actually... I think back then I did a few gyms, and that's about it. And at one point I tried to bust it out and play a few other gyms, but didn't stick with it again, you know. Didn't necessarily commit in the first place, sadly. Okay. Let's get out of here. So we just got an item that's supposed to take us to Zoma, which is the Sacred Talisman. And his island, he's on this area that you can't get the boat to, and you know, can't make a landing. It's very mountainous. Yeah, Palpuck. I did too. And then yeah, I did eventually play, you know, many years later, I guess. The next Pokemon I would really play that wasn't kind of going over those first... Well, I got Fire Red and Leaf Green, so I guess I did play something Gen 3. Or I got Leaf Green. But yeah, it's just a remake of the first one. But it's pretty sweet. I do really... I still appreciate the aesthetics and stuff of... Gens 1 and 2, and I don't mind them being on the slower side. I had such a great time with Crystal. I played that for the first time since childhood, a couple years back, and yeah, man, it was honestly, it's just great. I'm still, you know, I'm still looking up the soundtrack and stuff all the time, and like, there's a bit of an afterglow, you know, just really enjoyed it. A couple of streams where nothing's happening because I'm chasing a monster around the world, or trying to prepare to chase a monster around the world, but I got it done. Yeah, Palpuck, right. Well, see, and I already, that's what had me waiting until, yeah. That's why I was waiting until Emerald, because I was already out of it, and I was like, look, I'm not going to buy the first gen, you know, because, you know, or rather, the first release of that next generation, because I'm not that into it in the first place, and I know that they'll probably, chances are we'll get a gen, you know, some other thing that's better. I do remember... I had the chance to play, I didn't own Yellow as a kid, but I was able to borrow someone's for a little bit, and I just remember thinking that was so cool, and like, oh man, I wish I had this one too, or you know. All right, let's get out of here. Outside. I'm fleeing. Let's return to... I don't want to hang around in the dark world more than we have to. That place is creepy. I'm getting back to the light. $8 gold.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I think so. One of the games that's on the docket is either playing, you know, Fire Red or Leaf Green potentially, or going through Emerald. And yeah, I got a version of the of Emerald from Anton. A great one that has like the full Pokédex for that generation in it, you know, and he, in the previous generations he did an awesome job of, like, I played similar hacks where it had all the oh, we need to save, you know, Pokemon. I played, let's see, what did we play? Yellow 151 and then Silver 251. And the Pokemon were in it. The ones that, by having them all there, he did a really good job too of it feeling a little more authentic, or a lot more authentic than what, in my limited time with some of these hacks, you know, could really be just, you know, where they just pour way too many changes into something, or, you know, they don't really try to do it in the manner of something that would be an official release. So maybe you get all Pokemon, but that's because a bunch of ones that you would never find, like, it doesn't make sense for them to just be roaming wild at level 1 or something, but there it is, you know. But yeah, he does a really good job. Welcome, Dustin. He does a really good job of, you know, making it, you know, like, feel as if it's something Game Freak would have done, and made the decision, getting all those extra Pokemon really fit into that world that's already there. It makes sense. So I don't know, we might play that. How you doing, Dustin? Guys, I'm getting tired. I am not able to talk anymore. That's okay. We got a few hours out of it, huh? Jeez. Sorry. The coffee is getting, I'm getting diminishing returns. All right. I am. Yeah, talking about a Razor Mime / yeah, you got it. I never know with screen names and others, you know, which ones to use. Yeah, I might play that sometime. He has one for Emerald with the full Pokédex for that, you know, for that generation. And I think I'd like to play that sometime, or we could even do a vanilla version. But it'd be fun to play his hack. We're all saved up. So we just got the thing that's supposed to get us to the big baddie, Zoma. What we're missing... Let's take a look at our inventory. Okay, I guess I gotta land first. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. I skipped Ruby and Sapphire, didn't play them until later, really, or just maybe just a teensy bit. But yeah, me and my cousin, who had enjoyed Gen 1 together as kids, we're in college at this point for at least a certain point with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Those games weren't, you know, they were maybe about a year old or a little less or something, but we both got them, and it was really fun. I enjoyed that you know. That's that nostalgia that the similar one, I guess, that a Fortnite kid is having at this point, or, you know, the legions of Minecraft kids who are now Minecraft adults. But something that you played as a kid, it meant a lot to you then, and then you get a chance to play it as an adult, and it's like, oh yes, this is awesome. Nostalgia or not, I still like this. Anyway, I can't speak to that. I think maybe that experience is a lot more common with these retro games. At least I'd like to think.
You guys can see better where you watch the game from than I can see where I watch the game from.
So many of these good games to still get to. I do want to play Emerald. I think playing Anthon's Hack would be the way to go. That'd be fun. I'm playing some of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance right now, and I'm actually really liking it, even though I'm not that far. But yeah, that's another one as a kid I had, but never dedicated myself to. Anybody playing that Tactics remake that came out? Final Fantasy Tactics for PlayStation 1 was that was one that me and my cousin got into as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed that one. And then I got Tactics Advance, and I think again I just, you know, timing was weird or something. Maybe I didn't take to it right away, you know. But yeah. Nick, are you talking Advance? Yeah. I saw someone doing... I watched this guy doing a playthrough of the new Final Fantasy Tactics remake, and it was just funny. He goes, yeah. Oh, it was just funny. It was this Brazilian streamer, and he seemed kind of pissed off that, like, he was still streaming. He was like, I'm not trying to make this a fucking American stream right now. I can't, he's like, I don't know. I think it was like there was a momentum, or there was one thing he was going for, but, you know, he couldn't stop the stream yet, and, you know. But yeah, he was remarking that, like, I guess he'd been at it he just thought a couple hours, and he's now at, like, 5 or 6 or something, and everybody in his time zone's going to sleep, and you know, I don't know, maybe there was a language change in there at some point too, you know. Some of the folks who stream long enough and will stream at different hours and stuff will, you know, you can have a no, I love it. Yeah, he was saying there was some funny, I won't get into it too much, but yeah, I was kind of cracking up at some of the storyline conundrum, and he was also just like not really loving it, but overall enjoying the game. So it's just funny to hear like a long, like, this part is stupid, this part is fucking stupid, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, but it is a good game, you know. It was just funny because I think, you know, it was a funny stream style, you know. There were a couple of, like, I gotta be honest, you know. But hey, I appreciate, you know. All right, guys. He wasn't digging the story. Yeah. All right. We'll wrap this up soon. Is anybody streaming right now? This was fun, man. Thank you guys for hanging. I want to play other Earthbound stuff now, and I still want to know everything about that series, but I can't really look it up that much because so much of the material that references it assumes that you're familiar with the whole series or wouldn't mind the whole series being spoiled. All right. Well, I think we're just going to wrap it up tonight, actually. Let's do that. We're just going to hit the road. So, yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for hanging, Dustin. Yeah, thanks for being around, man. No worries. I appreciate you guys being here. Step by step, we're building something special around here, guys. Thank you. All right. Gigantic, thanks for hanging, buddy. And farewell to you. I'll do a quick little thing for you guys. I don't have too much for this game. I didn't have as much in the way of graphics, but God, forgive me, please, guys. All right, thank you so much for hanging. This was a fun one. We'll be back on Wednesday doing this one again, and then on Friday we'll play some more Genesis. We'll do some. Lost my soundboard. We'll do some Cool Spot. We'll do some NBA Jam. Those games are around here somewhere. Oh. Case of the Mondays. Alright guys, that's about it for me. Let me get the soundboard up and running. I'll get us out of here in just a couple of minutes. Thank you for hanging. Farewell, everybody. Have a good night. Take care, guys. Take care of yourselves. Adios.
Who are you?
Working on a mystery. Like anything was possible.
Hey, make something of yours, man.
We're only gonna buy Mountain Dew and Cheetos.
How do we get a pig to rescue a goat on camera?
I'm in LA training dogs.
My trick is to take the first bite and then open the sandwich a little bit, and then I blow on the inside to cool it down.
So sorry I died.
What a dick.
I'll never turn to the dark side.
That is fucking insane! That's absolutely insane. That is fucking insane! My God! My God! What the fuck?
Venezuela, Charizard,
Here comes Honey Boo Boo. I have worked in Wisconsin. I've worked in Louisiana. I've worked in North Carolina.
Do the Mario!
Was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
Thank you for coming to the show tonight.